Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Let me just make sure everything's working here. We look like we're good. All right, let's take this off the screen. Okay. So once again, I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. I'm getting a bit of a late start. The games ran a little long today. They've been running long for the last couple of weeks. I don't know if I'm getting too long and I need to dial it back a little bit, or if it's just the stages of the game I'm in, whatever. I don't know. It's fine. It works for me, so it's all good. Okay, when last we left off with Power Wash Simulator, we were here. We had two options: to clean the SUV or clean the fire station. I think we're going to start off with a nice, easy warm-up and clean that SUV. My poor SUV, look at the state of it. Dropped the kids off at the play school, and the police had closed the National Park Drive for some reason, so I had to double back over the dirt tracks to get home. Trixie wasn't built for roads like that. Please help her look all cutesy again. Hugs and kisses. There you go. Make $100 out of this. There you go. Let's get started. So I'm going to be telling you guys all about my adventure yesterday. We've got that thing going on again. Hang on a second here, guys. Let's just fix that. I don't think this thing keeps my settings. Every time I have to come in here and fix this, so we got to turn the VSync off. That should fix that. Yeah, that's fine. Here's the gnome. Okay, let's get started. Start with the back. So yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you guys all about what happened yesterday. It has nothing to do with games or gaming or anything, but it was a pretty significant event for me. So I just got myself a brand new, really nice knife. It's one of those Japanese knives that is supposed to be really good. I don't know if it's true or not, but supposedly it is. It is super, super sharp. It's brand new, like I said. And so yeah, I pulled it out yesterday. And I decided to cut up. I was going to cube a pork shoulder, also known as a pork butt. If you don't know, that's the same thing. I don't know if you've ever cut up a pork shoulder, but they're difficult to cut. They're tricky because they've got this big slab of fat on one side. This particular recipe, I wanted to cube it, and I'm supposed to keep that fat. Right, so yeah, so I was doing that, and they're difficult to cut. But I thought, okay, well, this is a great opportunity to use my new knife. And this is a big old thing. It's like 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, I think it is. And so I'm cutting it, and I'm kind of struggling, but I always struggle when I cut these things. That's just how they are. Anyway, yeah, I'm struggling with it, and as I'm cutting the thing, I'm about halfway through it, and I'm just cubing this thing, right? Like little half-inch cubes. And the knife slips, because I'm putting a lot of pressure on it to try to get it through that fatty layer. Well, it went across my fingers on my left hand. On my index finger, it cut a pretty good chunk into it, but nothing terrible. It's just a cut, right? It's not the hugest deal in the world. It bled pretty good, but just a cut. A pretty good cut, but nothing too terribly serious that I would be concerned with. It'll heal itself. But on my middle finger, it actually went up under the nail and came back out partway through it. So of course there's a big old gash underneath my nail on my middle finger, as well as it split my nail, about a third of it on one side, and that bled like a mother. Let me tell you, that was no joke. Yeah, and like I said, this thing is super sharp. It didn't take much to go through all that. You think, the nails are pretty hard, but no, I went right through it. So that was my little adventure yesterday. I don't know. There's a part of me that thought maybe I should go have it looked at. But because it was under the nail, for the most part, what I did, well, obviously I put the bandages on them and put pressure on both cuts. It's already looking good. That window's not great. There we go. And then I put, once the bleeding has slowed slightly, I put band-aids on them to maintain pressure on both areas. I let that sit for a few hours. I changed them out once. And then, after they had stopped bleeding, like that evening, last night, I took off the band-aids. They had stopped bleeding, but it was pretty nasty. Yeah, I gotta say, my index finger looks terrible. Hey Tag, how you doing? The game is loud again? Really? Oh man, what the hell? I thought I fixed that. Okay, thanks for letting me know, buddy. Audio, and this is not sitting right. Okay. All right, let's try bringing this down some more. Thanks for letting me know. Let me know how that is. For whatever reason, I think this thing is not saving my settings. Because I have to go back in and change everything back again every time I start it up. I got to turn it up on my side because I can barely hear it. Yeah, that's better. Is that good? Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. I want to see why it's not saving my settings, because I fixed that last week. I was halfway through the stream and remembered that it was too loud and changed it. It seems to have reverted back again. So how's work going, man? Work is work. So, yeah, back to my story of slicing my hand open. Anyway, what I did, I figured I'm going to lose that part of my nail, but I want to try to keep it on as long as possible. So I super glued it down because I wanted to stay there and protect that nail bed for as long as I can manage it. But it's going to come off eventually. I think there's no way it's going to stay. Anyway, I did think about heading to the hospital and having them look at it, but I think it's all right. Busy. Kids off school now. Got Avatar. Oh yeah, that's right. SpongeBob movie. And Avatar. Oh, that's right. Avatar came out. That's right. Yeah. I'm gonna stand on this person's car. I liked the first Avatar movie. And actually, I can't say I didn't like the second one. The second one was fine. It was good. I don't know that I'll go to the movie theaters to see the third one. But when it comes out on whatever it comes out on, I'll probably watch it. Disney or Netflix or Hulu or whatever the hell. Assuming I have that particular streaming service. Okay, let's see what we got left here. This window. So yeah, that was my day yesterday. That happened about midday. I was making, well, I was preparing the meat for dinner that night, which I never finished because, of course, I was bleeding all over everywhere. Instead, everybody fended for themselves for dinner. I was like, nope, can't do it. Sorry, guys. So it's still sitting in the fridge. I got to figure out some way to get it cut up today. I won't use that new knife, I think. Too uncontrollable. But it's hard to cut now because you kind of do need two hands, right? So, all right. What is still messed up on this car? You. Okay, that looks pretty good. Don't see anything there. Okay, bonnet, fog lights, and headlights. Okay, the front. Bonnet. So yeah, my left hand is on. Fortunately, it was my left hand and not my right hand. If it had been my right hand that had that same wound, I probably would not have been able to stream today, or not stream, but record today, because I wouldn't have been able to use the controller effectively. Although you don't really use your fingers, do you, with the controllers? You use your thumbs more than anything else. Let's see. Bonnet. What's wrong with the bonnet? I don't see any problems with the bonnet. Like, seriously? Maybe up under here? Yeah, there you go. Alright, quick and easy job. So yeah, my hands are still bandaged. I still have just band-aids covering everything, but I've super glued everything down. And so, although oddly this morning, my index finger was the one that actually tore open and started bleeding, which is weird because that was the much lesser of a harsh wound that I had. So I thought that was odd. But I don't know. It'll probably take a month for that nail to grow back out. I'm hoping to try to keep that fragment on there for as long as possible. All right, let's get this going. Because I hate when you lose part of a nail. It's just A, it's gross, and B, it's easy to hurt it. So, ta-da! Oh, she looks so beautiful. Just in time for my afternoon catch up with the girls. Thanks. Thanks muchly. Hugs and kisses. All right, we picked up another $100. Sweet. Or 150. Now, did I ever figure out why these numbers are different? I don't really... They're all the same numbers. But this is 100 and this is 150. Did we get a $50 tip? What's the deal there? I don't remember what the deal is with that. But okay, whatever. I'm probably something obvious and I'm just missing it. Gotta shoot, man. Have a good stream. All right, thanks, man. Have a good day at work. I'll catch you later. Okay, so there we go. Made some money. Let's close that. No, let's not close that. Where do we go? Where do we go? I want to go to career mode. There we go. Clean the fire station. That's our only option. I have a banana strawberry smoothie sitting here. So it's pretty good. Our fire station is as mucky as a pig pen. Ordinarily, we just break out a few crates of the cold stuff and let the strong arms and hoses have it. But what with being sent here, there, and everywhere in search of the mayor's dang cat, we just don't have the time. I'm messaging you from the lower branches of an oak tree at Great River that I can already see has no cat in it. Your name came highly recommended. Thanks, Denver. All right. Details, $800. Is this the Filth Amendment? This is the fire chief. We need you to clear your diary. This is a big job. The whole of the fire station needs doing. All right. Let's get to it. So yeah, like I said, if that had happened on my other hand, I don't know. I don't know if I would have been able to work a controller. You know, the next day, the next morning. So I mean, fortunately, small favors. It was on my left hand instead of my right. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I maybe should have gone to the hospital, but on the other hand, it's like, what are they going to do? You know, it's underneath, you know, the nail's covering the top of it. I don't know. If it had not been under the nail, it might have needed stitches. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but since it was under the nail, I could put the nail right on top of it. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, you know, there's no repercussions and I don't lose any functionality on that finger, but I don't think I will. I don't think it was that serious. We'll see, though. Get the door done. You got to get the front door done, right? We'll talk about the games, I suppose, unless you guys have any other comments or things you want to talk about. Let me know. We'll get to them. We have some time. I have a super busy schedule today. Because of the whole incident yesterday, I was behind in where I would normally have been. So I had already edited God of War yesterday when that happened. Is that right? Yeah, it must have been. But I hadn't reviewed it, and I didn't review it. Normally I would have reviewed it after edit, and I didn't, so I had to do that this morning after recording the games. So I haven't even started the edit for Saboteur yet, which I normally would have. Well, I would normally do today, right after the stream, but the stream started late, so I'm going to be late editing that, and then I'm supposed to review that today, so I don't know if I'm going to catch up or not. We'll see. It isn't the biggest of deals. I'm actually on vacation this week. This week, next week, and the week after. Actually, I'm on a 3-week vacation. It was only supposed to be a 2-week vacation, but I was informed on Friday, the day before yesterday, just before I left, like literally maybe 2 hours before I left, that my vacation would be 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks, for reasons. So it wasn't my idea to go for 3 weeks. I was only going to go for 2 weeks, but hey, whatever, you know. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. So, okay, there we go. That's done. This brick comes clean pretty easy. I like it. Nice, nice. So that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, good. I was looking at this game. I was just curious, how many levels are there? How far have we gotten? There's quite a few levels. And there's even more DLC. And actually some of the DLC is pretty interesting. I would be interested in doing at least some of it. I don't know, maybe all of it. I don't really know. But we've got a ways to go just with the base levels. Still. We're in no danger of completing this game anytime soon. So. Which is good and bad. I mean, I'm enjoying the game, but this stuff doesn't want to come clean. Whatever this siding is. Is this glass? What is this? Oh, it's metal. It's a metal wall. Guess I could use metal cleaner on it. Because I might need it. Here, let's see what we got. Metal cleaner, there we go. That seems to work. Cool. So, yeah, I have to say, I'm not generally one to swear a whole lot, except at the computer. I will swear at the computer because sometimes it pisses me off. But otherwise, I don't generally swear very much. But I can tell you, when I cut my hand open yesterday, there may have been some profanity. So, you know, and it may have been screamed at the top of my lungs. I think I scared my kids. I wonder if that comes as a surprise to any of you, because you guys have heard me swear at the computer before, for sure. If I'm playing a game and I get irritated with something, I have done that. But in real life, I don't generally, not a lot. I mean, I won't say to never swear, but it's not super common. It's not like I'm against it or anything. It's just, I just tend not to do it. It's just not how I communicate. Okay, that looks pretty good. So, should we talk about the games? Since no one has chimed in, right? No one's chimed in. I'm looking over at the chat. About any other subjects, I'll go to my default subjects and we'll talk about the games. That's fine with me. I don't care. Garage door frame. Oh, yeah, well, sure. Still pretty dirty. So we'll start with God of War, which I played yesterday morning. And it went fine. There were no technical issues with the games this week, I don't think. There's none that I can think of off the top of my head. So they all went, from a technical standpoint, they went fine. I mean, yeah, you know, sometimes technical stuff happens. It's just the nature of it. But everything went fine this week. Like the week before was just fraught with stuff that happened. Power going out in the middle of my gaming session. And just issues. That was the main one, I think, right? Oh, I was just about to fix that graffiti and it fixed it for me. Cool. Yeah, God of War went fine. You know, we've been exploring Midgard for now, I think 3 episodes. Not really doing the story, but just exploring the area. So I decided this week we were gonna... I was pretty much done exploring anyway, so it was time to advance the story, so I did that, which was fine. So we didn't do a whole lot of collectible collecting this week. Focus more on story. And I think I'm done in Midgard for a while. At least until we come back. We'll be back, but... Oh, this is metal. Okay, so I have one metal cleaner, I take it. It does clean it very nicely. What's happening here? Just as I say that, it stops cleaning it nicely. What the hell? Huh. Okay, fine. You want to do it that way? Well, that's going to be a pain in the butt. I still have my metal cleaner on here, right? Yeah. It is not cleaning that off. What the hell? So yeah, we stopped in, or we stopped in and saw the Nords, which was an interesting encounter. I still have not reached the point in the game where I left off when I first originally played it. And I'm starting to wonder how far I got in the game. Because, man, I thought by now, I kind of had this idea in my head that I'd gotten about halfway through the game. But we are definitely, I feel like we're definitely more than halfway through that game. And I don't see anywhere near going to hell yet. Because I think hell is where we left off, or where I left off when I played it the first time. So I'm wondering if I got farther than I thought. This wall is a pain in the butt. What's going on with this? Jeez. Okay, hang on a second. Maybe we need to switch over to this guy. Maybe we just need more power. There we go. Maybe that was the problem. I did buy a brand new thing and I'm not using it, so that's just kind of silly. I just remembered that last week we ended up buying a brand new power washer. So yeah, I went and visited with the Nords. That was pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen that part of it yet, it's an interesting bit to the game. You'll see it in a couple of weeks. Well, I say that, but actually for God of War, that's since that game comes out on Monday. You'll see it a week from tomorrow, I guess. Is that right? Hang on. Yeah, a week from tomorrow, because tomorrow you'll see the one that I did last week. So yeah. So, I mean, you know, there's not really a whole lot to say about God of War. I think we're... It's hard to say. Based on the number of collectibles that I have, I would say I'm probably close to 2/3 of the way through that game. Oh, we did do our first Berserker today. Granted, one of the easier ones, but nevertheless, we still got a Berserker done. I knew they were coming. You know, as a result of having played the game before, or partially played the game before, I knew that they were coming. So yeah, we got our first one. One down, 8 to go. I'm assuming there's 9. I think that's right. Although I think I saw... Did I see somewhere that somebody said they had added another one in the DLC? It's possible. Oh dear. This is quite a wall. We're at 5%. Are you kidding me with this? What? How big is this fire station? Oh my god. I just looked up what the percentage is. Like, wow. Okay. Guess it's a good thing we got a new power washer last week. So yeah, I took out the first Berserker. It wasn't too terribly bad. I mean, it's the equivalent of the Valkyries, essentially, from the first game. It's, the one I did was the first one that you encounter in Midgard, and he's one of the easier ones, from what I understand. I certainly did not kill them all when the first time I played the game. I don't know how many I did, but I did take a look, and he is considered to be amongst the easier of the not the Valkyries, but the Berserkers. So, you know, sure. I mean, that which is fine. You know, they're starting you off with an easy one. I get it. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Noise. So yeah, that was God of War. I don't really have much else to say about it. I don't know if I have a lot to say about the games this week. They just kind of went along as you would expect. The Saboteur, I recorded the penultimate episode yesterday. We have pretty much, so I did the second to last mission, side mission. We've already completed the main game, as you guys, I think you guys have seen that? Yeah, I'm sure you have. You've seen the end credits roll in that game. But, so I'm doing Dr. Kwong's stuff now. He had 3 missions. I've now done 2 of them. So I'm just doing 1 mission per episode until we finish the game. In the meantime, I'm also taking out the targets, which I'm essentially done with. I think there are 6 targets left. All 6 of them are in that area way to the north, La Havre, or La Havre, I don't know how, I'm sorry. I butcher the French thing. I just am going to, because I don't speak French, I never have. So I'm sure I'm butchering that name, and every name, horribly. But yeah, so there was that one area up north that was kind of locked off to us. I'm assuming the final mission for Dr. Kwong will unlock that area. I'm hoping. Because otherwise, if it doesn't, then I got to figure out how to get in there and get those last 6 targets. But yeah. In addition to that, I'm picking up the last of the tanks. So I've gotten 4 of the 6 tanks now. I have 2 more to get. So in the last episode, which I'll record next weekend, the finale of that game, I will pick up the 2 tanks. I will do the last 6 sabotage targets. And we'll do this Dr. Kwong's final mission, and that'll be the game. That'll be a wrap. That's pretty exciting. And then a week after, we will start up a brand new IP. Also very exciting. This window's all one piece, that's why it's not coming off. Okay. So yeah, that game's wrapping. As I said in the last, I think I said in the last stream, we didn't really do that the way I usually like to do games. I like to finish the games with the last mission of the game. We couldn't do that with this one because of bug reasons. So we're ending with Dr. Kwong's missions, which are fine. There's nothing wrong with those missions. It's just they're not exactly super climactic or anything. They're just side missions, which is fine. It's fine. Well, that was easy enough. Hey, we're up to 9%. We're not even 10% of the way done with it. That's just amazing. I will say I am using my left hand to, because this is a keyboard mouse game, I'm using my left hand to move around, and it's not a problem. It doesn't seem to be having any effect on my ability to control the keyboard. So that's good. That's something. Although I don't know how you guys do mouse keyboard games, but I don't really use my index finger. I use my middle finger and my ring finger when I'm using the movement controls. But my middle finger was the one, of course, that was most affected, and doesn't really seem to be causing any problems. So it's good. So far, so good. Okay, I think we're good. With that, so yeah, I don't really have much else to say about the Saboteur. It's like I say, it's wrapping up. One more episode for me. I think. Let me see. You guys are gonna get. What was the last one that you guys just got? You got 43. So you'll get 3 more. But yep. And then I guess, so that'll make it, let me just take a look. So I'll record, so in, is that right? Huh. In mid-January, we'll start the new game. Just looking at my board, seeing what I've got coming up. Boy, this wall is huge. How can I only be halfway through that office wall? I'm like 3/4. Well, it's got the top. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yikes. Yeah, we got a ways to go with this. This is not going to be a short one. This may take 3 episodes. But it's an interesting building. Lots of doors and windows and stuff. Ding ding. Okay, this all looks good. So, the next game we would talk about, it would be Dragon Ball. I will say that this saga started off really, really slow. It took forever, and I think I spent 2 episodes and didn't even get up past the first episode of the 4th saga. And the reason for that was there's just so many side quests that were front-loaded into that saga. There are 11 side quests in total for that total saga. 10 of them take place within the first 2 episodes. And there's only 8 there's 8 episodes for that saga. And 5 or 6 of them take place in the first episode. I mean, it was just so many side missions right up front. Like I was unlocking 3 at a time, right? So it was taking a full episode just to get the side missions done. But they've slowed down now. I got into the 2nd episode, and instead of unlocking 3 at a time, it was more like, you know, a couple. Let's see, I can't see what we're using here. Hang on. Let me see. I don't want a nozzle. Liquid. Metal cleaner, please. There we go. That doesn't seem to be working. Alright, alright. Sure you want to play it that way, do you? Ha! So, yeah, we went through, I think, a good chunk of the second episode today. A couple of side quests that came up, but for the most part, it was pretty under control. I will say there was like a half-hour cutscene in that one. I haven't edited it yet, but it's something like half an hour cutscene. I mean, that I just sat and watched the screen. I mean, I commented and stuff, but I wasn't playing. I was just watching. So it's an interesting game, that one. The story's good. It's maybe not one that I would have picked for myself. You know, if I had read the description on it, like an honest description of it, I probably might not have picked it. But I mean, I'm not sad that I'm playing it. It's fine. I don't mean to give you the idea that I'm not enjoying the game. I am enjoying it. It's just it's weird. It's a weird one. It's just strange. It's just weird to me that I spend so much time just watching the screen instead of playing the game. What is that? Oh, that's a reflection. Huh. Then there's Immortals, which I did this morning. I'm a good part of the way through the Aphrodite storyline on that one. I think we're towards the end of the Aphrodite storyline. Hey, that window, or that wall finally finished. I guess this is a separate, yeah. Okay. But I still have this side. That's weird. Why did they make this a separate wall? They made that whole other section one big giant wall, and then this one is a separate piece. That's weird. So yeah, I did some Aphrodite stuff today. I went back into one of the vaults that we hadn't finished. Like I had partially finished it. I think I had finished the actual vault, but I didn't get the chest because I couldn't figure it out. And I figured it out. It actually, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't that hard. It's just a matter of figuring out where to look, really. Which, I mean, yeah. It was fine. So, I mean, that was good. We got another vault finished. There was another vault that I tried to get to again, which was the one that's at the top of that big old rock pillar. It's surrounded by that red stuff that drains your stamina, so you can't climb the rock wall. And I haven't figured out how to get on top of that yet. I don't think you can. There's nothing close enough that you can fly to it. I mean, I can fly to it or glide to it, but I end up gliding too low and hitting that red stuff and then falling because, you know, it drains all your stamina. So I still haven't figured that one out. I'm sure I will eventually, but . This wall is not totally clean. That's alright. It'll fix it for me, I'm sure. So yeah, you know, it went fine. No power outages today for Immortals. I did unplug the printer before I started, and it was fine. But I don't. That's not definitive, obviously. I mean, I played it for I don't know 3 weeks, 3 weeks on the new system, on the 4K, without any problem. Before it suddenly started deciding to pop the fuse or the circuit breaker. So I don't know if it was the printer or not, if it's just the game was drawing too much power. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know how to fix that, at least not definitively. You know, I can't take stuff out of my office. I need all that stuff, but I don't know. And you can't change the circuit. I mean, you could put a bigger breaker in there, sure, but then, you know, that breaker's in there for a reason. To prevent, you know, a fire, so you don't really want to mess with the, you know, they've got to put in there to coincide with the size of the wiring that you've got in there, so you start messing with that, you could actually overload your wires and cause a fire. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that. If it happens again, even with the printer unplugged, then I may have to like reduce the stress on my card, but that's just really weird. My power supply shouldn't be overloading that circuit. I don't really know what's going on there. The power supply on that computer it's a good size one, but it's not so big that it should be snapping the circuit breaker. So hard to say what's causing that, or what caused it. Go. So that leaves Lego to talk about, and what is there to talk about with Lego? I mean, we're just doing cleanup. I'm working on free play. We started the third and final saga, which is Count Dooku. What is it, Count Dooku? No, that's the second one. General Grievous, I think, is the final one. And it went fine. I did the droid battle one. What's it called? I don't think it's called droid battle, but one where the two R2s fight. It's a long level. and I had to do it twice, which annoys me when I have to do that. But it was my own fault. I didn't see a thing that I should have seen. And it was, of course, right at the end of the level. So when I went back in to do it again, I had to go through the entire thing. But, yeah. Okay. Working on the fourth side of the building. We're still only at 19%. Ugh. Hey, how's Trix? Still loving spraying your jet around? That's fine. Is that supposed to be some kind of joke? Narrowly missed out on another RV today. This thing was uglier than a chihuahua chewing a wasp, but it would have been my little wasp chewing chihuahua. Okay. Okay. What is that? Oh, a light. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you know, that went fine other than the fact that I had to redo a super, super long level. And, you know, we did the last of the Separatist assault missions today. So those are all done. So the next thing to do is to go back and do the Republic assault missions that haven't already been done. So there's 8 left of those. And there's also 8 missions left, and there's also 8 bounty hunters left. So yeah. So essentially, after the one today, I have 8 more things, 8 more missions, or 8 more episodes to record. And that game will be done too. So that'll take us into March, probably, I guess. I'm guessing. Okay, guys. I'm going to take a break for just a minute. I'm going to go hit the bathroom and get it something to drink. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. How are we doing here? How long have we been going? That's a good question. How about an hour? Okay. We're doing fine. I do, like I said, I do have a pretty super busy day today. But on the good side, there's no football, which is not good, but my game is tomorrow, Monday Night Football. So I don't have to worry about watching the game or anything. Saves me 3 hours. Not 3 hours, I shouldn't say that, because I record the games and then I can fast forward to the commercials. So I can watch a full game in about an hour and a half or so. Which I usually do at night. I just have to be careful to avoid spoilers that day when I'm, before I watch the game. It's easy enough for one, a few hours. No big deal. What is that? Is that a sign? Garage cladding. Sure. Shoot. There we go. All the way around the building and we're 23%. All right. Okay, let's get the ladder out. See what we got going up here. Oh my god. Yeah, I can see why we still have so much left to do. All right. We'll come back around to that. I think we got the underside of this to do too. On the back side. Jeez Louise. So, yeah, in terms of Lego characters that need to be purchased, we've got them all, with the exception of those that you get through the getting the 10 canisters. So 8 levels left. I've got 8 characters left to get for that, from that process. Is that right? 8? Yeah, 8. That's right. So I have indeed found all of them. We got, I thought we were getting Emperor Palpatine today, but we didn't. We got Chancellor, the Chancellor. What's it? I'm drawing a blank. Chancellor Palpatine. Which, of course, you know, yes, I realize they are the same person, but for whatever reason, I thought we were getting one and we got something different. We got that for completing or turning all the planets red at the same time, which is a hard one to get. The two most difficult to get in the game are considered to be the one for turning all the planets red and the one for turning all the planets blue. And we've gotten both of them now. So there you go. The cladding is done. Woohoo! So yeah, we just got to collect the, or just do the remaining 8 Republic missions to turn 8 of the 16 planets back from red to blue. And we're going to have all the characters. That's pretty sweet. No, what the hell am I talking about? No, that's not. We have to get the 10 canisters from the 8 levels that are remaining. God, I'm going senile, I swear to God. Yes, that's what we're getting them from. Sorry, I wasn't thinking. So, you know, that's just wrap up. I looked and we have 1 ship left that we don't have, 1 Republic ship left that I can't buy right now. I'm assuming at this point what you get that from was probably 100%ing the game, because I don't know what else would unlock it at this point. This ladder still says it must be on the other side, huh? Yeah. Or the top. There you go, ladder's done. Okay. Also nice. So yeah, I am on, like I said, I'm on a 3-week vacation starting basically yesterday. I don't remember the last time I took a 3-week vacation. I mean, that's, and I don't really have any major plans. I mean, there's, you know, Christmas and New Year's and stuff, but other than that, I'm pretty much just gonna hang out, maybe play some games, do a bit of work. I might try to open up that coding program again because it's been weeks since I've opened it, and that's never a good sign. You don't want to let it go weeks like that, and as it is, I'm going to have to open it up and figure out what the heck I was doing because I'm going to have no idea. Look at that. But it should be nice and relaxing. I'm looking forward to it. I'll maybe watch some TV even. I mean, you know, why not? Okay, how are we doing? We're at 29%. Woot. And I just fell off the wall. Okay, super great. All right, back around. I was gonna go around. Oh, look at that. We got the fire building too. Woof. Do they want? I suppose. I'm guessing they want me to clean that. Well, what's the point? Don't they just set that on fire? Or is that just for practicing rappelling or something? I don't know. I have never been a fireman. Y'all who have been firemen will have to tell me what they use those for. I was always under the impression they set them on fire and they practiced putting out fires on them. But it is brick, so maybe that's not what it's for. Maybe it's just for rappel practice. Or ladder practice or something. I know it's a practice building, I understand that. Oh, I wonder if I have to go inside that. Oh, do I have to clean the inside of that? Oh, that'll be a chore. Okay, wall topper and wall. So, ding, there you go. There's a part of me that wants to go start playing Power Wash Simulator 2. But I'm deliberately holding off. I kind of want to play that for the first time with you guys. Assuming we continue on this series, you know, there's no guarantees, guys. Somebody came up here and graffitied the fire escape. You know, if it doesn't make any sense for us to keep doing this, then we won't. This is not necessarily a 100% completion playthrough of Power Wash Simulator. I mean, it might be. As long as everybody's enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it, then why not, you know? But on the other hand, if those things stop being true, then we'll just stop. There is stuff on my wall. Oh, there you go. Easily fixed. Oh dear. Yeah, this is what I was trying to get to before. This might benefit from using the scaffolding. Maybe we can get it this way. So I saw that Expedition 33 pretty much swept the Game Awards. Good for them. Looks like a good game. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of it because I'm thinking it might be something that I play at some point. So I don't want a bunch of spoilers, but I watched a little bit. Looks like a pretty good, decent game. I take it it's French. It's made by a French development team. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the impression I got. This is annoying. Good lord, are you kidding me with this? Like really? I can't get this off? Nope, not even with this thing. Jeez. Is that a different wall? Yep, it sure is. Oh man, that's crazy. And the metal cleaner won't take it off, huh? Nope. Huh. Well, what are you... Nothing's taking this off. Well, that's sort of working. That's ridiculous. Go over every inch of this stuff. There we go. Yeah, let's not do that again. I mean, I guess I could try some other kind of soap, but if the metal soap isn't taking it off, then nothing else is going to, right? There you go. That just leaves the back wall. Nice, got it. Well, the top is not done yet, but can I get there from here? What do you think? Not a problem. Not a problem. Even a piece of cake. So, I'm not sure if I talked about this before. I think maybe I did. But I want to talk about God of War and the bosses. And one particular boss in particular that is weighing on my conscience. And that's Gravel Belly, who I walked away from. Gravel Belly is in, I want to say he's in Vanaheim. I could be wrong about that. It might be could be Elfheim, but I think it's in Vanaheim. And I tried him a couple of times and I just walked away and said, we'll come back to him later when I'm stronger. That was lame. That's my bad. I should not have done that. Clearly he was within our ability to do, and I just walked away and said, we'll come back to him later. No, I should never do that. I won't say I should never do it. You know, if you're getting completely trashed by a boss and like not even taking off 10% of his health before he kills you in one shot, then yeah, you're justified in saying, okay, we're under leveled for this boss. We'll come back to it later. But that was not the case with Gravel Belly, and I should have stayed and worked on that one. I've made an effort to do that, and so far I have not had to walk away from any boss. The Yggdrasil rifts are pretty tough, and I had trouble with that one, but I kept at it until I finished it, and I was pretty glad that I did, because I figured it was doable. That's the Yggdrasil rift that's in Midgard. And then we did the Berserker today, which took me several tries. There's no reason for walking away from the boss. That's just lame. That's just cowardice. I should have stayed and taken him on. So I take responsibility for that. That was my bad. I think I got into a mindset where I'm very aware of the recording going, and I'm trying to keep things moving forward for you guys, which is kind of stupid because if it worst comes to worst, I can cut stuff out, right? If it takes me 15 tries to take down a boss, I can cut out most of it. You know, I'm not trying to hide the fact that it took me a bunch of tries. I will tell you guys it took me a bunch of tries, and I do tell you that when I took on this Berserker today. You know, it took me a bunch of tries to get through him. Not 15. He wasn't too bad. Probably 5 or 6 tries. But I cut most of them out because, you know, you guys don't need to see me die over and over again. What's the point of that? That's just redundant. I'll keep in 1 or 2 deaths just to show it, and then cut the rest of them out. But I'll tell you guys, you know, I'm not trying to hide anything. But yeah, I was pretty proud of the fact that I killed the Berserker. At level, my character, Kratos, is level 4 at the moment, and I think that's under-leveled for doing the bosses, or the Berserkers. So even though this is one of the easier Berserkers, for sure, still, I did it at level 4, so I think from what I understand, they tell you really should probably be about level 6 or higher to take on the Berserkers. But I kept at it until I got him. It wasn't that bad. Now, if we hit a Berserker that, like I say, I can barely dent, and yet he one-shots me, then clearly I'm under-leveled to do that, right? So, that's the point at which you're justified in saying, okay, we'll come back to this later. But aside from that, you really shouldn't be walking away from bosses. That's just lame. That is lame, and I did that with Gravel Belly, and I shouldn't have. I should not have. That was my bad. So it won't. I can't say it won't happen again, but again, only under that specific circumstance where we are clearly underleveled and have no chance of beating the boss. Since I've gone to 4K recordings and the file sizes have quadrupled in size, I'm also aware of, you know, how long I'm recording for, because those files can get to be pretty big. And if you record for 2 hours to get a 1 hour bit of recording out of it, you know, that's a big file you got to be dealing with. You know, they are just about 4 times the size of the files that I was using, or I had before, with the 1080p. How are we doing? We're at 38%. That's not bad. So, I mean, as soon as I get back to where Gravel Belly was, and I'm not going to specifically go back to the spot just to get that one creature. For one thing, I don't really remember where he was, but I think it was, maybe it was an Alf. You know what, it was an Alfheim. That's right, because we were exploring the second part of the desert. Watto, is this the water jet people? I'm having a frightful time with the ordinary. Any chance you could give it a quick whiz? I have no idea what those words mean. I can't help notice that your ad says power wash. You do realize that involves hot water. You should change the wording on your ad to pressure wash unless you're planning on an upgrade soon. Dude, don't be pedantic. Says the kettle to the pot. Yeah, we were exploring the second part of the Alpine Desert. That's right, when I ran into Gravel Belly. So I will be going back there. And when we do, we'll take him on. But by that time, of course, we'll probably be over level for him and just kick his butt. Which won't be as satisfying, but that's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. That's why I won't do that in the future. Okay, how are we doing? You ever notice how you spend about 90% of your time with the yellow nozzle on? I mean, there's all these other nozzles. Do they work? I hardly ever use them. I feel like I have to go over the same spot too many times. I guess they sort of work, huh? But see how I have to go back over it again? Yeah, I don't like that. I have to go over it once. If I can manage it. We don't really need to do that. That'll take care of itself. I figure we'll probably go to 50% and then call it there. That'll be a good stopping point for this particular thing, and then we'll finish it up next week. So, a little ways to go yet, but that'll be the tentative plan. You know, unless I'm at 50% and I've got like a little sliver of something left to do, and then we'll finish it up. But. I don't think I really have much else to say to you guys. I hope you all are ready for Christmas. And are looking forward to it and are spending time with people if you have people or friends or whatever. Or if you prefer to spend it on your own, that's fine too. I'm mostly spending Christmas with my kids. And that's about it. We used to go to dinner at my aunts and uncles on Christmas night, but that's kind of gone by the wayside a little bit. We did it for years and years, but I think it's kind of they've gotten to be to where they can't really do it anymore. They've gotten too old to handle that kind of thing anymore, and of course they're also, for the same reason, they can't really travel, so too much. I mean, they can. I'm not saying they're decrepit or anything, but it's just hard on them. So. This rooftop might actually get us to 50% by the time we finish it. I feel like we're getting there, but man, it's a big job. It's just this roof. And I know we got that whole section over there too, still to do. Which is fine. So, yeah, I noticed that, I think I said this last week too, we don't get a lot of people coming in during the stream, but we get people watching after the fact. These videos actually do pretty okay. I mean, yeah, for my channel. In relation to anybody else's channel, you know, probably not. But for my channel, they get a reasonable number of views. So, you know, it's worth, I don't mind doing it for that reason. If nobody watched these at all, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably stop. But, I mean, not necessarily, well, I say that, but I'm actually enjoying this game, so, which is weird, right? Because it's just a stupid simulator game. I'm running a jet of water back and forth. What's to enjoy? But it's super satisfying for some reason. So, you know, even if nobody's watching, maybe I would still do this. I don't know. I could do it on my own time, I suppose. But, why not share it with the game? So yeah, I don't, you know, it's fine. I don't mind doing it for y'all. If you want to watch. Yeah, look at this, we're at 47% now. This is actually jumping up our percentage quite a bit. I guess it is a pretty big surface area, so. And we're getting there. I think we'll, by the time we finish this roof, we'll be above 50%, so. That'll be a good stop when we finish this roof. Okay, how are we doing here? Yep, look at that, 49%. Think we'll hit 50% with this one little patch? I think we will. There you go, 50%. Halfway through the fire station. Nice, nice. And we did the SUV this first thing too, so yeah, we should be able to finish this up next time, for sure. So when we come back next time, Christmas will have already come and gone. I will have, by this point next week, have finished the Saboteur, be 100% done with that. So that should be good. That might actually even be a short episode because I don't have a lot to do. We shall see. But that last episode of the Saboteur. 6 targets, 2 tanks, and 1 mission. I guess it depends on how long the mission is, I suppose. And there you go. Cool! Well, the roof is done, other than this section over here. This is not done. We'll have to come back up here and do that. But everything on this side is finished. Nice, nice. As far as the roof goes, anyway. But yeah, we'll come up here and do this side next time. That'll be good. And I think there's some stuff up front. Like on the second story and stuff, maybe? Yeah, a little bit over there. And down the side, yep. That's cool. We'll get to that. Well, the other sides are done, though. So really it's just this section. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I just want to take a quick look in here. Let's just check this out real fast. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're going to have to do the inside, and that includes the stairs. Oh, my God. How many levels of stairs do we have to do? That's going to be horrific. That's going to be a chore. Look at this. Oh, my God. Oi. Yep, that's going to be something. Okay, well, we'll get to it next week. Okay, guys. Have a super good Christmas. If you guys are taking any time off, have a good time off. I intend to enjoy mine. And yeah, we'll pick it back up next week. So for right now, we are done here. So we'll stop here and we'll pick this back up in the next episode. So I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Thanks a lot.